What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's time to break on through. Come on in. Don't worry. I've calmed down quite a bit since last week. There's Jason Green joining us live today. There's a few of you coming in. Come on in. The water's fine. Let me get that volume up there. Whew. Yeah, come on in. Steph and Derek. Derek's in the house now. Byron. Yeah, got that good old hibiscus tea ready. Marvin. You get your CD, Marvin? Hey, Dave. Robert. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Tell you what. I think when I was done with last week's show, that was the most private messages I've ever received at one time. I may have gone a little gonzo there, but I don't know. There's just stuff that needed to be said. I hope you agree. And if you don't, maybe you're part of the problem. Going back to the old format today, I'm going to start with announcements. Well, last week, I hyped up this thing. It says, oh, I got something that's going to blow your mind, you record collectors. Well, it was so good that I let a few people see what was going on, or actually, no, I didn't even let anyone see at that point. I had at least, there's only 15 of them, right? I had at least 3 people contact me and go, I don't even know what it is. I want to pay it right now. Because if it's only 15 of them, I want one of them. So I'm like, oh well. This is going much faster than I thought, so I'll let a few people see it. And they were gone within 24 hours. Now, what I'm about to do, I consider to be mean. Maybe I'm part of the problem. But here's what we had. Remember what I told you about overruns? Where we have more records than covers. And I've been sitting on some for a couple of years. As a matter of fact, Phil Keller and I got this cover designed well over a year ago. And I just added stuff to it and decided we'll just go ahead and take care of it now. But here's what it was. It was an overrun of EP royalty. And this is a silk screen cover. See my friend Janice there on the cover, aka Ruby. Let's see there. That I forgot what this is card. I think it's an L card. But it comes with a unused EP royalty cover from the second pressing. The first initial pressing, I think, was like 500. Then we did a second pressing of 300. And 100 of the covers were this, and 100 were white, and 100 were a much more brilliant orange. And also comes, my wife has a flyer that she keeps in a frame. And this is it. She's got an original flyer. I know you're thinking, well, Jeff Clayton, how could that be original? The damn end's cut off. And man, listen. Back then, we just say, hey, we want our name big on the flyer. And that's how we paste it up. And then go make copies, and the damn N and the A is about cut off. What did we know? You know who it is. You know who's playing. One of our famous Wow Hut shows in Albemarle, North Carolina. And on the back it included a map, a hand-drawn map that Joe Young did. I'm going to read a little bit of this to you. Beautiful Albemarle, North Carolina, the garden spot of Stanley County. You can be there for the big anti-scene gig in just 40 minutes. It's clean, wholesome fun for the entire family, so grab Grandma and come on out this Saturday night. I also provided a certificate of authenticity. A black and white 8x10 of that lineup playing that show that you have the flyer for. That's us there doing it live. Doing it live back in 85 or 86 or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Official anti-scene stamp. Signed inside cover. Yep, I know. Some of you are going, Jeff Clayton, you son of a bitch. First of all, why'd you only do 15 of them? Second of all, why'd you only do 15 of them and now you're showing them to us? After they're sold out. Well, yeah. And you may be going, well, goddamn, if they're sold out, why you got one right there? That's because this was going in the vault. You don't want Miss Clayton begging out on the streets and all when over old JC breaks on through for the grand finale. Wheels are in motion. Big wheels keep on turning. For the first ever release on my record label, Longhaired Weirdo Records, run by the Unimpeachable president for life. My first project. My friend and my mentor. His first record ever from 1978. Scott Savage. Memento Mori. I'm re-releasing it. Oh yeah. And it's like I'm supposed to talk to the mastering plant today and hopefully get them what they need to get started. And then the next step will be onward to the now world famous Cascade record pressing. Malcolm Tent's going to broker the cover for me. It's going to be done in the style of that G.G. Allen and the Shit Kickers, the latest reissue of that. It's going to be done in that style, the pocket. No paper, just pocket. I don't know, maybe it's got a paper sleeve. I don't remember. But it's going to be nice It's going to be a fitting tribute to a man who helped steer this ship. Now, that's the only way I know how to say it. This big barge that you know of as anti-scene. It needed guidance in the beginning. Scott Savage was the first who showed us how to drive the sumbitch. And I plan on, if provided this one goes well, I want to do more stuff in the future. I want to put out some stuff of his, what I consider, I don't know if it's peak of his career, but it is peak for me because it was the biggest influence, and that's the Streets. His band, the Streets. And I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to release the whole LP again, or just take pieces off and just release more 7 inches. I'm not sure what I want to do with that. But it's going to be a good thing, and I hope I have your support. But as far as these overruns, hey, don't you worry. There's a new one in the works. It's not going to be as limited. It's limited. It's not going to be 15. And it's going to be much more affordable than this last one. But yeah, first record. I mean, you could say, well, you had Death Train records, but we only released a few things on Death Train. It never really did take off as a official label. I don't know what makes it official or not official. Just the fact that I say, I guess. But I do have record news. G.G. Allin and Anti-Scene murder junkies. The world-renowned collaboration between us and G.G. Allin. It sold so well that TKO has done a new version of the same album that includes the Carolina Shit Kickers EP. And what's different about this one? Well, the vinyl is not shit brown this time. It's dumpster juice puke color. And it also has a new front cover. And I'm going to tell you what we were trying to do with this cover now. Mark Rainey and I worked together for going on 30 years now. Maybe not 30. Over 25. But over 20. Maybe it was 25. But anyway, we're both big Alice Cooper fans, and recently a reissue came out. When I say recently, man, I mean in the last 6 years or so. I don't know exactly when. But they took the original negatives for the cover of Love It to Death and did a new reissue. And man, the cover was so clean and sharp. Like, you could see the curtains in this background. I mean, it was incredible, and it was almost like if you're, I mean, I don't know, maybe if you're just a casual fan, you just go, oh well, that's a new one, this is an old one, blah blah blah. When you're like us and you study these damn things, it was very impressive, and that's what we were going for on the last two reissues of the Murder Junkies LP. We wanted to get a black and white version of the famous gun pictures, and have it just be so crystal clear and sharp that you can't believe it. Like you feel like you're standing right there. But we missed the mark, and it was not Mark's fault. It's not my fault. I think it's the printer. I don't know. Maybe there's a process we don't know about that we should have done instead. Maybe we should have asked around a little more. But I mean, it still looks great. Don't get me wrong. The last version in the shit brown vinyl, I thought it looked great. Well, this one looks even better. So don't be put off by saying we didn't achieve what we were trying to. It still looks really good. And I'm gonna let you know, I still got a lot of the shit brown vinyl. But if once the dumpster juice puke comes in, I'll have those for sale. I expect them sometime next week because there's no need to pre-order. I'm going to have plenty. So don't feel like you're going to be left out in the cold with this one if you want it, if you want this version. But I'm going to make a special price that if you want the shit brown vinyl and the dumpster dive juice color, but you can get them both for a special price. Yeah. Here's the list. Well, you know what? There's some stuff that's already been covered on here. We talked about Trip and the Ramones. We talked about it being the 50th BOT. You know what? I don't even think this is the main list. I think I got another one somewhere. That's it. What do I know? I don't know nothing. Man, our house is in chaos. We got a bathroom getting put in this week, and we have been doing all kind of home improvements. My wife mainly. She gets in her head to do something, she just fucking does it. Me, I gotta sit there and the first thing to any job is you take a break and assess the situation. That assessment could take, I don't know, 6 to 10 days. Then you psych yourself up for it. The psych up could take 3 or 4 days. I don't know. But it looks like a fucking bomb went off in this house. I'm even further away from showing you guys this room because we're going to be doing some switching out. And I want you to see it when it's done, not when it's in the middle of being done. But man, I don't know. I'm just rambling now. I was bringing up the list because I'm gonna veer from the list today because this morning I got a text or a messenger message from my main Martin Daniels. He's like, Jeff Clayton, why don't you I always wondered these two things right here, and why don't you talk about these on Break On Through instead of, just a private little email and stuff. I said, Martin, those are some good topics, and you know what? I'm going to talk about those tonight. I saw someone mention the My God shirts. You know, the cutoff date was May 31st. On June 1st, I called my brother, who is my screen printer. Man, is that in my beer or is that on TV? Oh, okay. And so June 1st, he got the sizes I need. Now my brother's he don't have a shit ton of employees, you know, to knock this shit out. He's pretty swamped right now. You know, it's summer. Everybody's getting out and doing stuff. They're buying shirts, and he's swamped. But the screens are burnt. The shirts have been ordered. They're sitting right there in his shop. I imagine this week he's going to print them, and when he mails them, it takes 1 day to get to me. He's only 3 hours away. It takes 1 day to get here by UPS. And then that day, that night when I come home from work, you know, working class, I'm going to pack these things up. And then the next day, I'm going to get them all in the mail to you, unless it's the weekend, which our post office isn't open on the weekend. But I'll get it to you the following Monday. So, yes, Derek, he did just move, and he moved to a much more functional place. I know he hated to do it, you know, because that place held a lot of memories for him and stuff, but, you know. But what I'm going to do with these two topics that my main Martin Daniels wanted to discuss, I'm going to switch them. Because I feel that one is like the headline topic, and the other was the opening group topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, will you put your hands together for the opening topic? The Planet of the Apes films. Now, I know y'all are saying, damn, Jeff Clayton, Planet of the Apes films is the opening topic? What could the headliner be? Now, I'm not going to do an essay on each film and talk all that time travel connection and what they all got to. I'm not doing any of that. I'm answering a simple question. What did I think of everything done past the first original 5? Now, Martin just mentioned Tim Burton and the new ones, but I can go a little deeper and mention the TV series that came out in 73 and 73 or 74. Probably fall of 73, and it was over with by fall of 70 or by summer of 74. And the cartoon. All right. Now, I love the original 5. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, they should. All 5 are classic. Classic, classic, classic. My personal favorite is number 4, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. That's my personal favorite. After that, man, it's pretty even keel with. No, I love like that. After that, it's the first one, the original one. Then it's Beneath an Escape on a even. Then it's Battle. Now, I like Battle. It could have been better, but it was designed for kids, and it was kind of the I guess the blueprint for the television series, in a way. which is designed for family viewing. Battle was released 48 years ago this week. June. I remember going, man. I lived in Biloxi, Mississippi. And I remember my mom taking me, my brother. If my brother was young. Maybe he didn't go. Nah, he didn't. Well, he was 4 years old. And two kids from the neighborhood. We lived in a trailer park. Biloxi, Mississippi trailer park. That's what you did when you're working class back in the 70s, because the old man was in the Air Force. He was stationed over at Keesler. And he never wanted to live on base. I don't think Mom did either. So we had a trailer we took all over the place. In 73 and 74, we were in Biloxi, Mississippi. And I'm going to tell you what, man, that was some of the best times of my life. I just remember, this is going to go off subject a little bit, but I just remember that time of discovery. Discovering everything. You know, in TV and movies and music. It was during that time I discovered Grand Funk, Black Oak, Arkansas, Slade, Rick Derringer, the MC5. Because, see, man, I always hung around, like, we had a little group of kids, you know, we hung around, but we'd always hang around with some of the older guys, especially if they were, like, you know, out. Like, there was this one guy that used to just, like, bring his stereo stuff outside and do, like, like he was doing a radio show, and he was talking into a mic and everything, into a speaker, but it was just going live. And, you know, man, we always wanted to go over there and hang, and, you know, he had the two turntables, and he was doing the fade and the crossfade, and you know, and all this stuff. It was great, man. It was like doing it for his own amusement. I don't know, he must have been 19, 20, 21 years old, you know, and he was just outside doing that kind of thing, and yeah, that's where I discovered a bunch of music. From hanging around dudes like this, you know. And I explained to my wife that when I was a young kid, man, in school, older girls just thought I was the fucking best thing ever. They thought I was just a cute kid. No, I was just, you know, I'm a kid. I had no idea what the possibilities were here. I was just like, you know, and you know, and they would want me to sit with them on the bus and in the library and stuff like that, and they'd, you know, they start talking. What kind of music you like? Oh, well, I start running down the list. I like Alice Cooper and Black Oak, Arkansas, and Grand Funk. And I like the Stories. Yeah, I mean, I said this shit because, man, that's all I studied was music. You know, and the occasional movie and TV shows, and of course, apes. I was studying apes. I like Planet of the Apes. Which you could tell because I probably wrote it on my notebook and shit like that. But man, I had a great time growing up down in Biloxi. But so that's when the TV series started, and that's when we were watching. You know, and it was made for kids. families. But there are a few gems in that TV series that were, the writing was so incredible that those 1 hour episodes, a couple of those 1 hour episodes, which were actually about 40 minutes, were better than Battle, the last movie. I think it's episode number 3, The Trap, where General Urko and astronaut Burke fall into a hole, and an earthquake causes them to get trapped in there, and they have to work together to get out. Man, that was an amazing episode. There's a few more. I'm not going to go into them one by one, but the TV series I liked because they used the same makeup type process. The storylines were kind of the same. I dug it. The cartoon, I think I appreciate the cartoon more now than I did then. Because, they did the whole, had them in vehicles. And, of course, they got a dragon involved in it at some point. And, man, as a kid, I was just like, man, they're messing up the whole thing, Dragons, jeeps. Fast forward to when Tim Burton does a remake. Well, man, the thing that started pissing me off about that from the start was seeing interviews with Tim Burton's makeup crew, and they would make fun of the original series. Oh, what we're gonna do is just gonna blow that so far out of the water, it's gonna look ridiculous. Blah blah. You missed the mark, Hoss. You missed it. Ooh, you didn't get it. I went and saw it opening day. Me and Barry, but like Barry went too. We went in his town. I went in Charlotte, and we call and compare notes. And man, we you could tell we were trying to like it. Man, it's new Planet of the Apes. We gotta like it. Which resulted in going to see it again. Like, man, I think I like it. But I don't know. But we went to go to see it again. Hey, man, here's all I can give you out of that movie, okay? I like Mark Wahlberg, but I don't like him in everything he's ever done but this. And the only memorable thing about the entire movie was the character that Tim Roth played of the chimpanzee Thade. A heel chimp. It was terrible. They looked terrible. I don't even acknowledge it. I got a few things of it, around here, but just because those particular things look cool and I got them cheap, free. But the last group of them that came out, I enjoyed those. I mean, I wish they had gone the route of having them in uniforms and stuff like that. But I mean, for what it was fucking awesome. And this is about the time they were perfecting CGI, and it's flawless. I mean, it looks great. So yeah, I like the new series. Even though I realize it wrapped up after 3, and word is they're gonna do a new one. We'll wait and see what happens. I hope maybe they go back to a original series look. Maybe they will. I mean, everything that comes out is of the original series, Well, everything. All right. that was the opening group topic. All right, let's get some polite applause, because now we're going to get the headliner. My main man, Martin Daniels, asked the question, Jeff Clayton, I read somewhere that you don't like the Misfits. He goes on to say, man, I was a little nervous about asking you that question because I didn't know if you were just going to give me a, because I don't like them. But you know what? If I hadn't been in such a smooth frame of mind, maybe that's how I would have answered Mr. Daniels. But I said, you know what? A lot of people ask me this, and I'm gonna lay it out, full truth, right now. I'm gonna lay it out for you. Why I don't like the Misfits. Now, when I'm done, you may go, "Damn, Jeff Clayton, that ain't a good, valid reason. It's all you're getting, because that's why I don't." Okay, I'm gonna explain right now. Man, the first time I discovered them, I was at Grapevine Records on Independence Boulevard when it was still Grapevine. And there was a section of what they call cutout records, when they, punch a hole or cut or something, and they have records discounted. Man, this is that age where I see what you're doing there, Edward Mondo Braswell. I see what you're doing there. I know, if you're just watching this, you're like, what the fuck is this asshole doing? Look at the comments. But we're going through this cutout section, and I picked up this 12-inch by some group called the Misfits, and it's called Beware. I never heard of them, but it was cheap enough that I was willing to take a chance. Now, here's the thing I did know. Then on the back of the record, I knew where that logo came from. That's the Crimson Ghost. It was an old cereal. Not like Frankenberry or Blueberry or nothing. But, I took it home, played it, and man, I thought it was all right. It was all right. Especially, I think off that record, the one I liked the most was Attitude. Well, then I think the next time I heard anything about them is when they were on the cover of Flipside. And I read the interview, and it was a long interview, lots of pictures of them and stuff, and I was like, well, damn, these guys are cool, man. They're like horror shit. But I'm going to tell you something. It's a detail that people like to erase. But when I originally got into these guys, I wasn't greeted with a bunch of people, yeah, we're all Misfit fans, man, yeah. A lot of the purists and stuff, that didn't like anything about classic rock or arena rock or anything like that, they thought they were stupid. Oh, they're just punk rock Kiss. Fuck them. That happened. People don't like to admit that, and some people that were feeling that way probably wouldn't admit it now. Oh, I've always been in that Misfits, man. I guess naturally, the next thing I got when it came out, or whenever I saw it, was Walk Among Us. Loved it. Never saw them back then. But what I did see of them, like on Target video and all that kind of flip side video and stuff, they were fucking terrible live. Fast forward years, by this time, my wife at the time was a huge Misfits fan. I worked with a Misfits fan. Most of our friends outside of work and everything were Misfits fans. Then it became Misfit Mania. Man, I even had the Crimson Ghost spray painted on the back of a leather jacket, which I cut the sleeves out of. And it's been 20 years, but I'd see that thing walking around on somebody. I didn't know who they were, like I traded it to somebody, and it kept getting passed around. Who knows where it is? It's a big airbrushed Crimson Ghost on the back, and I had the studs, going on around the sleeves and stuff. If anyone's got that, I would love to see it. I imagine it's still in Charlotte. I don't know. It may not be. But, I don't want it back. I ain't gonna wear a motherfucker. I can't wear the motherfucker. What are you talking about? But, I don't know, man. It just got to where it was Misfit overload for me. And when you see as many bands as we see, and everybody had incorporated in their shit, and man, I was done. Now, I liked a little when the Clash was doing it, but I mean, goddamn, man. And people I hung around, man, they were like Misfit obsessed. And it just got to where, anytime I heard that shit, it put me right back into being with these people. It put me into that frame of mind, into that time of my life. And so it just brought nothing but negative feelings out. Music I like, man, I don't like for it to do that, I got tired of the association of people I had to deal with that were just eat up with it. And bit by bit, I sold off every bit of it. Eventually, I did see them. And they were okay. But, I saw the videos of their reunion stuff, and the big stage show and all. I mean, it was impressive. And don't get me wrong, I get the appeal. Okay? I get it. I just don't have it. It doesn't appeal to me anymore. That's all I got for you. But I will say this. My good pal, I don't know if he's even here with us today. He's usually here. Bradley Mullins. When Danzig quit or got kicked out or whatever the story goes, I don't even know, man. I don't even care. But Danzig went with Misfits no more. And they were going to keep going. And they were looking for a singer. Brad, who was definitely influenced by the Misfits, went to New Jersey and auditioned. He didn't get the job, but you know what? There wasn't nobody more proud of that guy for doing that than me. Man, this was his dream band. And he had the guts to make his way up there and try out. He had a tape of it and everything. And now I wish he'd have got the job. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, if that's what he really wanted to do, I wish he got the job. He would have been great at it. But yeah, he didn't make a big. He didn't know. Oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go up there. He didn't tell anybody. I don't think because I saw him on a semi-regular basis and he didn't bring it up. He only brought it up when he came back. And you know what? He didn't come back with his tail between his legs. He came back with his chest out. Hey, I gave it a shot. Maybe that's why I was proud of him too, because he sure didn't see it as a defeat. He got to sing with the fucking Misfits. So Brad, if you're out there, if you're listening right now, or if you listen later, I think I know I've told you this before. I think I told you this before. Man, I was proud of you. I'm still proud of you for doing that. But yeah, y'all can like the Misfits if you want to. I told you, I get it. I get the appeal. But goddamn, if you own a club, do you have to play them every single time in between bands? Either that or that fucking grindcore shit. I love taking over the PAs and clubs, man. I just like, have y'all ever heard of Aerosmith? God, some of that shit they play. Saw Stefan ask about us opening for Danzig in '88. We did. I've told that story before. I'm not going to go into that again today, but yeah. You know, JC ain't afraid of nobody, including Mr. Danzig. Go look it up. It's on a break on through somewhere. Well, there you have it. Did that explain anything? I mean, does anyone understand? Do you understand? Man, you got to give me some hearts or some thumbs up or some something. You got to give me something. Hey, I saw one thumb go up. Oh, here comes some. All right, so I guess I explained myself okay. I mean, if I didn't, someone would go, "Hey, man, you got to tell me something. You got to help me understand. You got to say that." David Martin said he picks up when I'm laying down. Well, that's what I like. Be sure to check out Malcolm Tent tomorrow night. Tent Talks Tunes. On his page. On the Malcolm Tent page. When is Malcolm Tent going to start doing shoot interviews again? Why don't y'all ask him? private message him. Hey, Malcolm 10, when are you going to start doing some shoot interviews again there, cowboy? Tent Talks Tunes. What is the size of the blood picture? Oh, the one for sale on the page? It's, man, it's either 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11. It's you know, good size like that. Hell, if I had one handy, I'd show it to you, but I'd send another room. Pretty soon, all my stuff's going to be in here. So when you want to see something, I'll just go, wait a minute. My friend Janice Blythe says she sold some pictures for Father's Day. You guys took what I said literally. That's great. Good visitor. Man, I was going to... Door's closed. I was going to see if I could get little Coleman to make his break on through grand appearance. Somebody wants to see the Elvis next to the Godzilla. Man, I am going to give y'all a tour. We're going to look at everything in this place. Can you dig it? Even the stuff that's going to make some of y'all cry. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. But I did promise you I'd take you around and we'll look at everything. We'll look at everything. We're going to look at it all, Pope John Paul. Can you dig it? Well, they cut me off. They just cut me. Boop. Well, I guess that's what you got to do when they know. You're telling everybody that they're eventually going to have to break on through.